A Scottsbluff man is facing a minimum of 20 years in prison after being convicted on all 5 counts of first-degree sexual assault on a child. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a 38-year-old Scottsbluff man has been convicted on 5 counts of first-degree felony sexual assault on a child after the victim came forward earlier this year. Robert Medina was found guilty on Wednesday after a bench trial in Scottsbluff County District Court in front of Judge Leo Dobrovolny. Court documents say during the forensic interview, the victim testified the assaults escalated over 3 years until they stopped in 2019. Medina faces 20 years to life on each of the 5 1B felonies. Sentencing has been set for December 8th. Well, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the Scottsbluff Police Department is doing their part to help the cause. For the 3rd year in a row now, officers are wearing a pink Scottsbluff Police Department badge on their uniform. Officer Bobby Kuhlman tells KNB News that this year, there's a way for the public to help out with the Pink Patch Project.
So the Scottsbluff Police Officers Association has purchased a number of pink patches that are available for sale. We're selling them for $10 each, and that money is going locally here to the Festival of Hope. You can buy one here from the police department up front during business hours, or get a hold of any police officer that you might know and ask them about purchasing one.
The Pink Patch program is believed to have been originated in California in 2015 and has grown to a nationwide initiative. Well, coming up after the break, Bill Boyer in with your weekend weather forecast. He'll have that right after the break here on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, you don't have to be like a tortoise and carry your home on your back. They have mortgage experts that can help you finance the home that's perfect for you. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, looking for your next home, or simply want to refinance the home you're in, the experienced lenders at Platte Valley Bank are there to help. Contact them at pvbank.com or call and visit with one of the mortgage experts to take advantage of great rates at Platte Valley Bank.
If you're like me, you're willing to travel for a good steak and a great dining experience. Bobby Joe's Branding Iron in downtown Bayard has just that. Some of the Panhandle's tastiest flat iron steaks, ribeyes, and even prime rib. Pair that with a Western dining experience in our quiet dining room or fun-filled main dining area, you and your family are sure to have a great night out on the town. So if you're looking for a great new restaurant to try, you just gotta head on over to Bobby Joe's Branding Iron in Bayard, open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, another quiet, beautiful night out there. There's a lot of clouds to deal with. Otherwise, temps falling into the upper 40s to near 50 overnight. Before things turn a little more interesting. Starting tomorrow, it's going to be windy. Temps won't be as warm this weekend, but you'll appreciate those temps compared to what's coming by the middle of next week, as we have rain and snow all possible in our forecast. Missed a record high yesterday by 9 degrees, still well above normal. 82 after a morning low of 49, both of those considerably above normal. 1/100th of an inch of moisture finally on the board for October. And we've got more chances of moisture coming here in our longer-term forecast. Low 80s, upper 70s will cover all of the region. What a beautiful night out there. Temperatures into the low to mid-80s all across western Nebraska. Upper 70s in a few locations. Cheyenne checking in at 67. A little gusty at times with some of those breezes at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Now, we told you we have a big storm system coming our way. This is what we're looking at as we go Sunday evening. We're going to put this in motion and take it a couple of days at a time here. As we get into Monday morning, you can already start to see snow developing off to our west in the high country. Now, as we continue through Tuesday morning, the snow stays to our west. Some rain starts to make its way here into our area. Now, as we go into Wednesday morning, and this is where we're going to have to pay close attention as to what's going to happen here. Snow continuing. You can see west of I-25. That's where the heaviest snows look to be confined. Rain covering most of the Cornhusker State. We'll be on that dicey area between rain and snow before things disappear Thursday and head on out of here as we get through later in the day on Thursday. But this storm system, a couple different model solutions here, starting to zero in on the heaviest precip to our north and west. That's certainly where the European model has the most moisture from Casper over towards Rapid City. And you can see as far as that, most of it's going to be in the form of rain, the high country west of Rapid, and of course areas west of I-25 with snow. Now the American model pushes that heavier precip a little further south and east, but bullseyes that in central portions of South Dakota. And it has snowfall accumulations across the panhandle of Nebraska, especially that Pine Ridge area. So we'll have to keep a close eye on it where everything ultimately turns out. It looks like stuff should be to our north and west as we go through this main storm system. Just a slight chance of a sprinkle mainly tonight with high school football kicking off around 72 for your temp and 63 for quarter, but there will be plenty of clouds overhead. As we take a look at our forecast, futurecast shows a couple of showers out there. That's about it. Otherwise, skies partly cloudy, will clear late, and low temperatures overnight only into the 40s. Some locations maybe not falling down below 50. Look at Valentine overnight, 59 for a low. Now tomorrow we start the day with a few clouds in the morning. We'll call it partly cloudy as we average the entire day out. There's going to be more sun. Quite a bit of wind tomorrow. Going to be gusty out there at times and can't rule out a couple of showers, but primarily the winds are going to be noticeable, and temps are not going to be as warm as today, but still fairly comfortable in the 70s for most of us, some 60s there along that I-25 corridor. Now precip, it depends on if you can get under some of these showers. We could pick up a few hundredths out there. Not a lot of moisture to be had, but a little bit of rainfall seems to be coming our way. 49 tonight with cloudy skies early, partial clearing overnight. For tomorrow, it's going to be about 74 for a high, partly cloudy skies, gusty winds, especially in the afternoon, 20 to 30, maybe gusts over 40 at times. Then as we get into Sunday and Monday, near 70 both days, the storm system really comes in Tuesday afternoon. We start to see wind-driven rain, could be mixing with snow at times late at night, and you see windy conditions. Highs Wednesday only in the low 50s, and look at those lows Thursday night down into the 20s. All in all, a much cooler week coming next week when we average everything out. We'll certainly have a better handle on this storm system by Monday, but right now prepare for sharply colder temps and some precip for next week.
What a year 2020 was. Now's the time to get out and travel this summer to see family and friends you were not able to see this last year. Spend more time enjoying your trip by flying United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with daily flights to and from Denver. Reserve your flight today and remember United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. And don't forget, Thrifty Car Rental is here for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and hitch a ride with your BFF, Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Welcome back. The Chadron Police Department is asking for the public's assistance in locating missing 10-year-old Gregory Pond. Gregory is described as being Native American, 4'11", and approximately 150 pounds with black hair, brown eyes, and last seen wearing a white hat, black shirt, black pants, black and white shoes. Gregory was last seen at approximately 7:30 p.m. Wednesday at the Pump and Pantry in Chadron, getting into a black four-door sedan, possibly a Ford Fusion with South Dakota plates. He is possibly with Roland Coombs, a 34-year-old Native American male, stands 5'7" and weighs approximately 170 pounds. Roland is described as driving either a white or gray minivan with the back window broken out with plastic covering it. If anybody sees Gregory Pond or knows where he may be located, please contact your local law enforcement agency or the Chadron Police Department at 308-432-0510. Well, United Way of Western Nebraska has completed their 2021 Food Insecurity Assistance projects. Yesterday, the United Way and its partners had a food bag packaging and delivery event at Scottsbluff's Main Street Market. This event provided non-perishable items, including fresh fruit and vegetables, meat and dairy products, and these packed bags of groceries will be provided to 200 local families and individuals, whether they be elderly, homebound, or low or fixed income households. Delivery services were provided by local volunteers. And a Nebraska man accused of participating in the storming of the U.S. Capitol has pleaded guilty to a single count of disorderly conduct. Brandon Straka of Omaha entered the plea Wednesday, and in exchange, a felony count of impeding a law enforcement officer during civil disorder was dropped. In court documents outlining Straka's plea, prosecutors say he entered the Capitol on January 6th, and in a video, he's heard yelling, "Go, go, go," to encourage others to storm the building. Well, coming up to the break, Rural Radio Network's Jason Jorgensen catching up with Sean Callahan for this week's Husker Chat. I'll have that in just 90 seconds. Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
Fox Butte General Hospital's mission is to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. This is important to us so our community knows the importance that we place on the efforts to keep our community and our surrounding areas well. We appreciate being here. The staff that we have at Fox Butte General Hospital is grateful to serve the community of Alliance, Nebraska.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
This is Husker Chat. I'm Jason Jorgensen. Glad to have you along. Husker Chat is brought to you by Acres Equipment as we talk Husker football with Sean Callahan, the publisher of Husker Online. Sean, what a difference a week makes. What a performance by the Huskers as they blew out Northwestern 56-7. I think a lot of Husker fans have been waiting for a performance like this, and they certainly got it on homecoming.
Yeah, that was honestly the type of game I think we envisioned when Scott Frost was hired. Just a game where offensively, it all clicked. The execution was at a high level. They put up points. That was the most points Northwestern had given up under Pat Fitzgerald. It was the most yards they've given up. It was Nebraska's most points they've put up in a conference game since 2007 Kansas State. So there were a lot of things about that game, and the defense continues to play at a very high level. So that's, I don't think anybody could have predicted that, but that's what Husker fans would like to see every week now.
Now, the coaching staff decided to make a few changes up front, and it looked like those changes have certainly paid dividends.
Yeah, they went with Teddy Prohaska and Nuri Neweli on the left side of the line at left tackle, left guard. They took Turner Corcoran and they moved him to right tackle. And then you saw a running back come in by the name of Jaquez Yant, who had limited carries versus Fordham. And now all of a sudden he looks like the best running back on this roster. So we saw Scott Frost kind of go all in, make very drastic changes for this time of the year. And it was a gamble, and it paid off.
Love the triple option too. That just seems to really fit this team with the skill set they have. And Adrian Martinez continues to have a big year. And he certainly, to this point, is answering some of his critics the last couple of years.
Yeah, he's playing as well as any quarterback right now in the Big Ten Conference. He ran that option at an extremely high level. The execution, the timing was there. The blocking was there. I mean, the Xavier Betts touchdown run happened because of a great seal block by Travis Vokalek. So when they are clicking and moving it like that and getting protection and getting a push, a lot of things can look different, as we saw Saturday night with this offense.
Do you think everything is fixed, or do we need to see a little more here from the Huskers? One thing's for sure. If you look at this team from where they started against Illinois to where they are now, they've certainly improved quite a bit. And that's got to be a plus, especially for some fans who are looking for a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, I think this team, talent-wise, is as good as any team Scott Frost has had. But now they've got to stack on Saturday and play at another high level. And what an opportunity this week. You're at home against Michigan. You don't get this type of opportunity to win a top 10 game very often. And the spread is only 3 points. I think you can't even really say Nebraska is a big underdog when the point spread's only 3. And I think Memorial Stadium can really play a factor in this game on Saturday.
How about Michigan? They've been pretty good. They've kind of done what they're supposed to do. They're not fancy, but it looks like Jim Harbaugh has also gone back in time a little bit. They have run the ball really, really well. And that's going to be a big test for the Blackshirts on Saturday night.
Yeah, and it's hard to really know how good this team is. They beat Washington earlier in the year. Well, Washington's down this year. Washington lost an FCS game. They beat Rutgers by 7, 20-13. Adrian Martinez, his former backup, Noah Vedral, gave them a lot of problems. And last week, probably their most impressive win, going into Camp Randall and just slapping around the Wisconsin Badgers. And then, they knocked Graham Mertz out of the game. They've got extremely good pass rush up front. Aiden Hutchinson is probably the best NFL draft prospect in the Big Ten right now. He is going to cause issues for Nebraska. They have 2 defensive ends, edge guys, that have produced 9 of their 13 quarterback sacks.
Now, in the past, Michigan's had some issues to the quarterback position, but at least to this point in the year, it looks like the Wolverines have also solved some of those.
Yeah, Cade McNamara, and he's not a dual threat guy. He's not going to really run much. He might run it 1 or 2 times a game. They've got 2 running backs, though, that are averaging about 180 per game, and they'll just pound it at you with those guys. And if they can get, around 200 yards a game with those guys, they're really hard to beat. And honestly, 200 yards is typically the magic number to win a Big Ten Conference game. If you can rush for 200, you're usually going to win. And they've done that a lot, and they've controlled the line of scrimmage. And from there, McNamara is able to make some good throws down the field.
And I'm sure, too, one of the major storylines on Saturday will be Scott Frost for Nebraska, Jim Harbaugh for Michigan. They're each kind of in similar situations. Now, Harbaugh has certainly won more there at Michigan, but he's not been as successful as he was supposed to be. And Frost, on the other hand, certainly has had some issues in Lincoln.
Yeah, you look at these 2 guys, Frost in year 4. I think Harbaugh's in his 7th year at Michigan, and things have kind of gone backwards for Harbaugh, where it looked like they were well on their way at the beginning of his run. And as for Frost, was last week the start of a turning point. I think, it's a very intriguing matchup. 2 guys that came home that maybe haven't been treated to home cooking as of late, and I think both are trying to get things back on stronger terms.
I was a little surprised early on in the season when they decided to make this a night game. But boy, for the Huskers, what an opportunity to help try to improve the brand again on national television.
Yeah, a lot of it is just the networks and the draw. And Fox already had, the Penn State Iowa game, and that's going to be an afternoon game. So ABC had Nebraska and Michigan as their opportunity, and it just happened to fall in the night. So some of it is luck of the draw and who has the picks, who has the windows. And, once Fox starts airing baseball playoffs and things at night, in the fall. Like there's less night games on Fox and other things. So yeah, this is Nebraska's first ABC game, Jason, since 2019 Ohio State.
Well, hopefully things go better this Saturday night against Michigan. Sean, as always, we appreciate your time and insights.
Thank you, Jason.
You bet. And that was Sean Callahan, the publisher of Husker Online, joining us each week for Husker Chat, brought to you by Acres Equipment. I'm Jason Jorgensen.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your weekend community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Why bank at a local community bank? When you choose a local community bank, you keep money in our local economy. That money helps support local jobs, schools, and businesses. Money that helps fund a stronger and prosperous community for us all to enjoy and live in. At Platte Valley Bank, we are here to help build and support the community we love being a part of. We believe that together, we can make great things happen. Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, before we break for the weekend, Alex and Rebel in with your Friday 5 and talking about easy DIY Halloween snacks. Thanks, guys. Those do look good. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.